Real Madrid moved one step closer to a 36th La Liga title after defeating Real Sociedad on Friday night. With the Champions League semi-finals on the horizon, Carlo Ancelotti named a much-changed sheet. Chelsea loanee Kepa Arrizabalaga returned in goal in what has been a tough season. Meanwhile, young Turkish superstar Arda Güler made his first start in the competition, having appeared 5 times off the bench this season. The amount of changes appeared to have a negative impact as the home side pushed the disjointed league leaders in the early stages. Turintes came closest with an effort that whistled over the bar from a distance. Without a goal, though, the hosts were always vulnerable to Madrid's quality. This proved to be exactly the case. On the half-hour mark, Güler was able to cap his first La Liga start with a well-taken goal, with Los Blancos' first effort on target. Kubo thought he had leveled for the hosts, but his finish was cancelled out for a foul on Tchouaméni in the build-up. The second half was more of the same. The home side dominated the ball, but did nothing with it. Another offside goal was rightly disallowed. Oyarzabal saw an effort deflected wide. Other than that, there were no clear-cut opportunities for Sociedad. The hosts pushed hard in the final 10 minutes, but by then it was too little too late. Imanol Alguacil will be left thinking what if, as Madrid were there for the taking. Real Sociedad player ratings. GAK Alex Ramiro for tenths. Was Ramiro the worst player on the pitch? Probably not. However, he didn't have much to do and ultimately couldn't stop Madrid from finding the net with one of their few efforts on target. RB Alvaro Odriozola for tenths. There wasn't much defending for Sociedad to do. They were so dominant on the ball. But the goal did come from Güler on Madrid's left. Odriozola will be disappointed that a man on his side of the pitch was left in so much space. He was also playing too many safe passes, slowing down counter-attacks. As a result, CB Igor Zabeldia 6 tenths. Marshaled Joselu well throughout and did what he had to do fairly well. Again, not much defending needed to be done. CB Robin Lenormand 6 tenths. The Frenchman, like his center-half partner, didn't do much wrong when called upon. Did appear to try and get Güler sent off with the dramatic reaction to a palm in the face. To no avail. LBJV Galen 6 tenths. Galen was up and down the left-hand side constantly and put in a solid, if unremarkable performance. RM Benat Turintes 7 tenths. Turintes tested the Real Madrid goal on several occasions and nearly had multiple worldies to his name. It's been a breakthrough season for the under-21 Spanish international. If this performance is anything to go by, he is certainly not fazed by the big stage. CM Martin Zubamendi 6 tenths. Zubamendi did help control the game, but was less progressive in his passing throughout. Sociedad needed a bit more bite and urgency, which the midfielder perhaps lacked. CM Mikel Merino 6 tenths. Merino controlled the game from deep and helped the home side dominate possession. He needed the attacking players to be more clinical than they were. Better yet, he could have joined the attack more himself, but seemed hesitant. LM Ander Baranexia 6 tenths. The 22-year-old has been impressive throughout this season, but was a little more reserved tonight. It felt as though the home side were more dangerous with Kubo on the opposite side, which may have dampened Baranexia chances of leaving his mark on the game. St Takafusa Kubo 7 tenths. Interestingly, Kubo was the only member of the Sociedad starting she to not be Spanish. The Japanese forward was lively throughout and could have walked away with a couple of goals. St Mikel Oyarzabal 5 tenths. Sociedad's biggest attacking threat on any other day, Oyarzabal, wasn't up to speed in comparison to the likes of Turintes and Kubo. Sub Arsene Zakarian 6 tenths. It was a surprise to see Turintes come off, but Zakarian looked lively from the moment he came on. He wasn't far off scoring with one of his first touches. Geraldo Becker 6 tenths. Becker was a surprising omission from the starting she as his form of late has been good. He brought more energy off the brunch, which Sociedad were crying out for. Sub Aritz Elizondo 5/10. Elizondo lacked the same impact that Becker had when he came on. But it was smart to replace Odriozola with someone who seemed more forward-thinking. Sub Andre Silva 5/10. Was brought on far too late. Had no time to pose any threat. Why he wasn't brought on earlier is a mystery. Real Madrid player ratings. Gak Kepa Arrizabalaga 7/10. The most expensive goalkeeper in football history had a couple of shaky moments on the ball, but settled into the game. A couple of smart saves denied the home side a goal they probably deserved. RB Dani Carvajal 7/10. The experienced right back will be happy with his efforts. He played a pivotal part in the opening goal, and he didn't look overwhelmed defensively either. CB Eder Militao 7/10. The Brazilian continues his journey on the comeback trail with a solid 90 minutes. With the visitors not having much of the ball, the defense had to be solid to keep the home side at bay. CB Nacho 7/10. Much like Militao, Nacho put in a responsible performance at the back under plenty of pressure. With Cubo playing on Nacho's side of the pitch, he had to remain on his toes against the constant threat. LB Fran Garcia 6/10. The young left back made an excellent tackle, having run across the penalty area in the first half. That action epitomized his hard work throughout for his team. CM Luka Modric 5/10. In his twilight years, Modric was unable to control the game like he would have been expected to. With Sociedad having the lion's share of possession, the Croatian was forced to do more defending than playmaking. CM Aurelien Tchouameni 6/10. The Frenchman had a marginally better game than Modric. His physical attributes helped in defensive areas, but the lack of control on the ball was concerning. CM Dani Ceballos 4/10. The weakest of the three midfielders on the night. Ceballos was sloppy on the ball at times, and the former Arsenal man did little to impact proceedings. Brahim Diaz 5/10. It's harsh to give Diaz any lower than 5, as all of Madrid's attackers were lacking any service. The Moroccan looked tidy when he did have the ball at his feet. Esti Joselu 4/10. The former Newcastle and Stoke City man was quiet. His team did little with the ball, so his strength in holding the play up to bring others in was never exploited. Lou Arda Guller 7/10. The teenager had waited patiently for this moment. He started quietly, but when his chance came, he took it brilliantly. He was targeted by Sociedad defenders whilst on a yellow card, hence why Ancelotti withdrew him on 68 minutes. Sub Federico Valverde 6/10. Valverde immediately picked up a knock which would have had Carlo Ancelotti's heart in his mouth. The Uruguayan was able to shake it off, though. Sub Vinicius Jr. 6/10. The moment the world-class winger stepped onto the pitch, the intensity level shot up a notch. The difference in quality between him and the other attackers was night and day. Sub Eduardo Camavinga 6/10. Camavinga was brought on to shore things up as Fran Garcia was looking stretched on the left flank. An onslaught ensued, so the Frenchman did well to get up to speed with the game so quickly. Sub Antonio Rudiger 6/10. Like Camavinga, Rudiger was brought on to add more defensive steel. A few minutes before a big week will do the German some good. Sub Lucas Vázquez 5/10. Vázquez replaced the aging Luka Modric, with Los Blancos desperately needing more energy on the pitch. He provided that in the short time he was on the pitch. Man of the match Arda Guller. There were no outstanding performances on the night, but one match-winning performance. When his moment came, Arda Guller made sure to take it. The Turk has been asking for more game time this season, something which his manager has continuously promised him. There will no doubt be some frustration that it took until April to make his first league start. But when an opportunity comes knocking, you have to be ready to take it. That's exactly what the Wonder Kid did. His overall play was smart, if not a little subdued. There will be more moments of magic in the future for him. But tonight is the night he let La Liga know exactly who Arda Güler is.